This is the NewsFeed at 4.
Crowds will gather in downtown Fort Worth Sunday evening. Find out why. And lawmakers scramble hoping to avoid a government shutdown.
Plus, an elementary teacher in Houston turns her classroom into a trip her students won't forget. All this along with weather and Timeline Sports coming up next on the NewsFeed at 4.
Good afternoon. So glad you could join us. I'm Isabel Price.
And I'm Lauren Harper. We lead off with Dr. Kenya Ayers-Palmore, who was fired from her job as TCC Northeast Campus president, is fighting back. A source familiar with the situation explained the former president's termination on October 27th did not follow due process. In June, Ayers-Palmore was evaluated and received a positive rating in the termination letter served to her. However, the source said it detailed Ayers-Palmore's failure to follow the chancellor's orders, though this was not mentioned in the evaluation. At the time of her dismissal, Ayers-Palmore did not have a contract with the college, even though she repeatedly asked for one. This was used against her in the termination letter.
The dates are set for TCC's 2024 commencement ceremonies. Those days are Wednesday, May 15th and Thursday, May 16th at Dickies Arena. The ceremonies are for graduates of summer 2023, fall 2023, and candidates for graduation in spring 2024. ECHS dual credit and P-Tech graduates will participate in the ceremony with their associated campus. Students and faculty will be off this coming Monday, November 20th through Sunday, November 26th for the Thanksgiving break. Barnes & Noble's bookstore and Cafe Nola's will also be closed. Even though there will be no classes, all campuses and offices will be open Monday through Wednesday, November 22nd. Normal business hours and classes will resume Monday, November 27th at 8 a.m.
TCC is again a signature sponsor of the GM Financial Parade of Lights this Sunday at 6 p.m. in downtown Fort Worth. The parade can also be watched live on KTXA CBS 21 or streaming on the Parade of Lights Facebook page. Dance teams from TCC Northeast, Northwest, and Southeast campuses, along with Toro, will entertain crowds in the mile-and-a-quarter parade route. This year's float theme is TCC Gives You More. Employees who have badge access to the TCC Trinity River parking garage can utilize the garage during the event by entering through the Cherry Street entrance and parking on the 3rd level. No guards will be on duty. You can find other parking and transportation information on the Parade of Lights website.
A new pedestrian bridge is now open over the Central Expressway in North Dallas. There will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony to officially open the North Haven Trail Bridge in about 3 weeks, but the public is able to use it now. As pedestrian bridges go, this bridge north of Royal Lane over the Central Expressway has a distinctive look. It's flanked on either side by 2 large, graceful arches with a network of 64 steel cables tying them together. The bridge accommodates walkers, runners, and bicyclists and joins multiple region trails together.
An incredible new exhibit at the Perot Museum of Nature and Science in Dallas is letting you get an up-close look at the T-Rex. You and your family can see what the king of dinosaurs actually looked like and see its evolution through the years. The new exhibit digs into how the T-Rex was able to dominate its competition and shows how paleontologists study fossil records to explore the biology and behavior of the dinosaur. In addition to the towering T-Rexes, the exhibit also includes an interactive video board. The exhibit is open at the Perot through September 22nd, 2024.
Churchgoers in Houston Parish are being warned about a fake priest who is apparently stealing cash from church buildings. Ayaneli Ruiz reports.
People coming to get closer to God, concerned tonight that a man authorities are calling a fake priest infiltrated this church.
I don't have words for that. Trying to impersonate someone.
Parishioners tell us they were recently alerted to the crime, which happened on October 27th.
It's sad. You would wish that didn't happen.
Today we learn new details about what happened from Houston police. They say the man seen in these surveillance images claimed to be Father Martin, a visiting priest from Chicago. He said he left his keys in the priest's residence and bluffed his way past a church staffer. Once inside, police say he stole cash from the rooms of the rectory. In all, they say he was on the church grounds for 30 minutes before leaving a vehicle he left parked nearby. This week, the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston shared this memo with its members, a security alert concerned this imposter priest could try to hit other churches. They say he's on the radar of Dallas police and has warrants out of California and Pennsylvania. Tonight, those here at St. Thomas More are on the lookout and praying for the man accused of victimizing this church.
People don't always make the best choices, and certainly hope that they could turn around choices they're making.
Florida Governor Rick DeSantis goes full force with his campaign to become president in 2024, while another candidate backs out. Keep it here.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
House lawmakers are working against the clock to avoid a government shutdown before tomorrow night's funding deadline. New House Speaker Mike Johnson unveiled his unconventional two-tiered funding plan over the weekend. Mike Valerio joins us to break it all down now.
Well, with this latest episode of Government Shutdown Watch, there are some signs of bipartisanship emerging. But even if this deal passes, it is seen by many as likely only getting us back to this exact same spot in January and February. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson's plan to temporarily fund the government is already facing opposition from members of his own party.
One thing we know almost to a certainty is that the GOP side of the aisle contains a number of people who are extremists and who have shown absolutely no indication that they want to get things done.
The first part of the bill, in a two-tier plan, extends funding until January 19th for items including military construction, veterans affairs, transportation, housing, and the energy department. The second part extends funding until February 2nd for the rest of the government.
We need more time so we could pass those and then have until February to negotiate with the Senate to get this done.
Missing from the plan, additional aid for Israel or Ukraine, and the deep spending cuts hardline conservatives are looking for. With a slim majority in the House, Johnson will likely need Democratic support to get the bill passed.
Johnson is going to do what's right, buy time, and then come together with the Dems and work in a bipartisan fashion, which is what the American people want.
Some lawmakers are frustrated with the piecemeal approach.
It just means we're postponing the agony.
But with the clock ticking and several global crises ongoing, the pressure is on Congress to act.
I mean, there's no choice here. I mean, the world is on fire from where I sit. It is too, urgent. We can't sit back and do nothing.
And also, of course, involved in this process, President Biden. He so far has not said whether he will sign or veto this deal if it gets to his desk, but he did say in the Oval Office today that he needs to see more about how Republicans are strategizing. In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
A lot of interesting stuff. Thanks, Mike. Florida governor and Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis says he is not interested in being vice president. He made the comment during a press conference in Jacksonville on Tuesday.
The only tickets that are in the future are with DeSantis at the top. I have no interest in being the number two. Respectfully, I think, I've made the judgment that we've done so much in Florida, and Florida really shows that it can be done for our country. Like we do not have to accept substandard results like you're seeing throughout the country.
DeSantis went on to say that he would be able to do more for the Sunshine State as president than he could as vice president. We're getting a first look at the bag of cocaine that was found in the White House this summer. The U.S. Secret Service released these pictures on Tuesday. They show the packet of drugs was found inside of a locker at the West Wing entrance area. Secret Service authorities say that they were unable to identify a suspect. One source with the investigation says the leading theory is that it was left behind by one of the hundreds of visitors that toured the White House that weekend.
South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott has suspended his 2024 presidential campaign. Senator Scott posted Tuesday saying, quote, "Tonight I suspended my campaign for president. Traveling this country and meeting all of you has been one of the most fantastic experiences of my entire life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless the United States of America," end quote. The man accused of attacking former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, took the stand Tuesday. David DePape spoke for more than an hour, giving a tearful testimony, packed with conspiracies about why he broke into the couple's California home. CNN's Veronica Miracle is following the trial.
What's going on, man?
The man accused of attacking Paul Pelosi in his home tearfully took the stand in his own defense on Tuesday. David DePape testified when he brutally attacked Pelosi 1 year ago.
Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey. What is going on right now?
I'm not getting any answer on call.
He was in fact looking for then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. A remorseful DePape apologized for hurting Pelosi and said he feared for the then 82-year-old's life after hitting him in the head with a hammer, saying, quote, "I actually thought he was dead until I saw the charges against me and saw it was attempted murder." DePape's testimony revealed a man consumed by conspiracy theories. He started sobbing while claiming the media spread lies about former President Donald Trump and talked about believing one of his targets was promoting pedophilia. DePape also repeated to the jury what he told investigators about his true intentions behind his visit to then-Speaker Nancy Pelosi's house.
I was going to basically hold her hostage, and I was going to talk to her and basically film her while I do. If she told the truth, I let her go scot-free. If she lied, that was going to break me down.
Other targets on his list included Representative Adam Schiff, actor Tom Hanks, former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and a university professor referred to only as Target 1 during the trial for her protection.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Paul Pelosi testified Monday his recovery after the attack is ongoing. 1 year later, he said he's managed to relearn how to walk, but still regularly gets headaches due to his skull fracture. DePape's defense team says he did attack Pelosi, a crime caught on police body cameras, but says prosecutors are wrong about DePape's motive, which they say is unrelated to Pelosi's official duties. This trial is on federal charges of assault on the immediate family member of a federal official and attempted kidnapping of a federal official. DePape faces decades in prison if convicted. The state case against him on charges of attempted murder, burglary, and assault is expected to start later this month.
Veronica Miracle, CNN, San Francisco.
Taking a live look at Dallas right now, the fog definitely seems to have cleared up this morning, and I'll have your Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up next.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive.
It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
It was a foggy commute this morning, but don't worry, that is all gone. However, it is still partly cloudy, currently at 68 degrees here in Fort Worth with a high of 72 this afternoon. In North Texas, we have 71 in Seymour, all the way down to 65 in Waco, so nice, cool, comfortable weather all throughout. This evening, temperatures do drop down to 59 degrees for a nice, cool evening. And tomorrow, you'll see a high of 67 degrees, partly cloudy, but you'll notice Sunday, we have an 80% chance of rain. And that does lead into Monday, 40% chance of rain as well, with next week a low of 39 degrees. However, on Thanksgiving Thursday, you have a beautiful sunny day, 63 degrees as a high to spend with your family and friends. And we are going to be ending next week with 52 degrees on Sunday.
Thanks, Trang. Record-breaking heat in Phoenix led to a record number of heat-related deaths in that region this summer. Maricopa County reports at least 579 confirmed heat-related deaths, with most of those happening in July. That number passes the 2022 death toll of 425. Phoenix saw a heat wave over the summer with 31 consecutive days of 110 degrees or greater from June 30th to July 30th.
Iceland has declared a state of emergency, and more than 3,000 residents have been urged to evacuate the small coastal town of Grindavik. As the country's authorities anticipate the imminent eruption of a volcano in its southwestern peninsula, scientists monitoring the situation, including those at Iceland's Met Office, observed changes to the situation on Sunday that could indicate magma is moving closer to the surface, and concluded on Monday that the greatest area of magma upwelling is in an area northeast of Grindavik.
President Biden will veto legislation proposed by Senate Republicans that would block his student loan repayment plan. That's according to the White House. Biden's SAVE plan calculates monthly payments based on a borrower's income and family size, regardless of how much outstanding student debt is owed. The legislation has not come up for vote. The Biden administration has already canceled $127 billion in federal student loan debt through existing student loan forgiveness programs that target specific categories of borrowers.
A 10-year-old girl from Indianapolis is finally back home after spending nearly 20 months in a hospital. Ava Graham was born with a rare congenital birth defect that affects normal blood flow through the heart. She needs a heart transplant, and after undergoing a successful operation, Ava left the hospital on Monday. Nurses, doctors, and team members lined the hallways to wish Ava well. She's excited to get home and be in her bedroom once again. After the break, an elementary student from 26 years ago is surprised by a message he sent when he was in 5th grade.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Need a ride? Yeah!
Driving with kids is a big responsibility.
Hop in and buckle up!
So don't sweat the small stuff.
You got paint all over our paper!
Get the big stuff right instead.
What does that mean?
Like making sure your kids are in the correct car seat and buckled up for safer travel.
That deserves a wiggly wiggly wig.
To make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Beep, beep. Oh.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Thanksgiving is just around the corner, but there's still a full plate of games to tide you over until the holiday. It took overtime, but the Stars rallied to beat the Coyotes Tuesday night. The Stars fell behind 3-2 with about 6 minutes left, but Tyler Seguin and Matt Duchene had other plans. The duo took over the game late with Duchene hitting Seguin on the breakaway for the tying goal, and then switching places with Seguin being the assist man on Duchene's game winner. The Stars are off to one of their best starts in franchise history, standing tall at 11-3-1, and they hope to continue their win streak with upcoming games against the Avalanche and the Rangers. Stars-Avs face off Saturday night at 7 p.m. And speaking of good starts to a season, the Mavericks find themselves at the top of the Western Conference, sitting at the 2 seed with a 9-3 record. The Mavs bounced back after a loss to the Pelicans the night before with a comfortable win over the Wizards last night. Luka is, of course, a top 3 scorer in the league, and even Tim Hardaway Jr. has been amazing, looking like an early candidate for 6th Man of the Year. The Mavs have a couple of tough games in front of them, however, when they finish up their road trip against the Bucks in Milwaukee, then come home to play the Kings. Tip-off for Mavs-Bucks, however, is 7 p.m. Saturday, same time as the Stars. And the Cowboys' trend of beating up on bad teams of the NFL continued last week as the boys demolished the New York Giants for the second time this season, 49-17. With that being said, things should stay good heading into the weekend with the struggling Panthers hosting the Cowboys in Carolina. Kickoff for Cowboys-Panthers is Sunday at noon, and that is it for your Timeline Sports.
Thanks, Mitch. A school district in Massachusetts is living out a 90s movie fairy tale. A message in a bottle written by a 5th grader 26 years ago was recently found in France. Katie Thompson has more.
It was an unexpected delivery to an elementary school in Sandwich, decades in the making.
It was a letter completely in French from this gentleman in France.
A package and letter from a French fisherman detailing an historic discovery he'd recently made across the pond.
He was actually combing the beach for trash, picking up different, items, and that's when he came upon the bottle. And on the outside of the bottle, this was there.
The message inside, dated October 1997, written by then 5th grader Benjamin Lyons. The bottle, part of a science project about ocean currents, erosion, and climate change. Ben now lives in the D.C. area, but his parents still reside in the community.
His folks have relayed to the district, that they're just really, really pleased. And it's kind of like one of those things that just brings a smile to your face.
The contents of the bottle and the letter are now planned to be displayed inside the elementary school.
There's no way to find out how this bottle traveled so far, and I think that's what we're kind of in awe of.
The discovery and correspondence between the French fisherman and school district has current staff and students abuzz.
That's incredible.
Stay right here with us. The Newsfeed at 4 returns after the break.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
In Falls Church, Virginia, an Air National Guard member stepped in when a woman couldn't pay for her dog's vet bill over the weekend. Now the two are using this moment to create a unique friendship. Caroline Patricus explains.
And I tell the Lord, I'm grateful for it all, even though it hurts. Probably the best years of my life.
Still heartbroken from the loss of her dog, Yuki, who died just a few months ago.
So glad. You're going to be like my new friend. I know. The Lord put us in our paths together for a reason. I know.
On Sunday, Christine Rosalind, who was at the vet with her dog Miko, and Athena Hunting formed a unique bond, and it's all thanks to their four-legged friends.
Look at the boo-boos going away.
Yeah, the tubes are gone.
Oh, what is...
Christine came across Athena and Ziggy at the emergency vet here in Falls Church.
The Great Dane just thought she was a rag doll, I guess, and bit her a couple of times.
Athena was getting Ziggy treatment for severe dog bites.
And so when Athena shared that story with Ziggy, I immediately felt that connection. I know, yes, her spirit's in me, I said, and that's when I prayed about it and I decided to help her.
Unable to pay the entire vet bill, Athena left on a payment plan, but she had no idea that Christine was going to cover the balance.
Looking back 10, 20 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do anything like this. I was in the dark. I have my share of struggles. I know what it's like to be hungry.
Times are, yes, they're horrible, but there is still kindness in the world. And this is what Christine represents. She represents the kind of kindness and empathy.
A Texas teacher is being hailed for the incredibly creative mock trip to Mexico she arranged for her first grade class. The kids may have gotten a fun pretend trip, but now the teacher is getting a real one. G. Moose reports.
It's the next best thing to going there.
Come along with first grade to Mexico. Here we're taking passport pictures. I'm going to laminate some boarding passes.
Texas teacher Sonia White staged a mock trip to Mexico for her students.
I'm going to change my classroom into an airplane.
First graders at Trinity Leadership School flew Southwest Airlines.
Where are you going?
Mexico.
With their carry-on luggage and even neck pillows.
So now I'm a TSA agent.
A video of takeoff set the mood. Their teacher transformed into a flight attendant.
Apple juice.
After an apparently bumpy landing, look at this kid's face. They arrived in Mexico.
They are going through customs. I am now a customs agent.
The trip went viral and got rave reviews. Best teacher ever. Invited on the Jennifer Hudson show, Miss White explained she got the idea after asking the kids.
What's something that you wish you have done but you have not done yet? And the majority of them said catch a flight, go on an airplane.
Next thing you know, Southwest invited the entire first grade to tour a real airplane.
I heard we're going to Mexico.
The kids climbed aboard, they built model planes, got a pep talk from a female pilot, examined the flight safety card while snacking, and then, surprise, their teachers and principal each got 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere Southwest flies, including Mexico. The airline also donated $10,000 to the school. In only her second year as a teacher, Sonia White is flying high.
Did you have fun in Mexico?
Ginny Moose, CNN, New York.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Newsfeed at 4.
We hope everyone enjoys their time off.
We'll see you back here next week, Wednesday at noon. Have a great week and great news.